Good morning. Welcome back to Daybreak. It's now 22 minutes past 9 o'clock, the final hour of Daybreak, to look at the news that are making headlines. My name is Sam Gituku, and we begin in Mombasa, where efforts to ensure all students who sat last year's KCPE Joint Form 1 are ongoing. Francis Motalaki is following on that story. And Francis, we saw a list of a number of counties, most of them from the coastal region, Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale, that are said to have had a transition rate of 70% and below. What are these efforts that Mombasa is specifically taking to ensure that that transition, 100% transition, is successful?
Well, very good morning, Sam, and quite a number of efforts that are being made to make sure that this time around the coast region, generally 6 counties, can be able to achieve the 100% transition policy that the Ministry of Education is seeking to achieve for the very first time. And remember that the PS for the Ministry of Education, Belio Kipsang, was here and issued a directive that in the next 48 hours, that is today and tomorrow, then he expects that the head teachers from the primary level, as well as assistant chiefs and chiefs, to be able to work together, collaborate in order to make sure that all the 6 counties have been able to achieve the 100% transition policy. But more importantly, the question is, why the coast region? Why the 6 counties are leading from behind in terms of this policy? And I want to bring in the chairman for the Kenya National Union of Teachers, NAT Mombasa branch, who is also a head teacher, so that he can be able to digest this issue more. Welcome to Citizen TV, and tell us, towards this directive, you are one of the people maybe who will be held responsible in terms of what the Ministry of Education is seeking. Are you in support of that?
My name is Johnson Kibuga, the chairman of Kenya National Union of Teachers, Mombasa branch and Mombasa County. It is true, we as both as NAT and also as a head teacher, we support the 100% transition rate to secondary schools. The only challenges that are there are, one, this city, this being a city, we have people who keep on moving in and out. So it is possible that some of those parents who were parents of class 8 last year have left the city, and that's why maybe their children have not even been able to collect their resort slips and living certificates. But again, this being a tourism town, we also find that we have other effects that influence the children not to transit to the secondary schools.
What are these some of the challenges?
Some of the challenges that we have, Mombasa is known for drug trafficking, and a number of children are involved in the vice. 2, some of them even go to the beach to look for money, and especially to do fishing. But we, as the head teachers, and I, as representing the union, the position of the union is that all children must transit to secondary schools. We are collaborating with the local provincial administration, the chiefs, the assistant chiefs, the village elders, the Nyubakumi leaders, to see to it that all those children who have not gone to the secondary schools, their names are brought to us. And we also look for schools for these children.
But when the government says that the bucks will somehow stop with you when it comes to implementation, do you agree with that?
Yes, we are responsible, because when these children are with us, we have contacts for the parents, and therefore every head teacher should actually be able to contact parents wherever they are if they have not collected, especially the resort slips. That's how we know that a child has been able to, the children have been able to go to school. So we are able to connect, to call the parents. The parents either come or they refuse, because many of them are actually to blame. They do not want to take up the responsibility of paying the little money that they are supposed to pay, especially to the boarding schools. As for the day schools are free. They are not charged.
Of course, the government now says that they are in a position to be able to collaborate and make sure that if a child maybe has been taken to Turkana and he or she feels that, and the parents feel that they cannot be able to go to Turkana, then there is a local mechanism that can be provided. In Mombasa, for example, there's so many day schools. Do you think that is a solution?
Yes. The solution is that if the parents are not able to take their children to boarding schools, these children should be absorbed in the day schools. And actually it is happening, because there is not a single child who has been taken, whose parents want to transfer that child from a boarding school to a day school and has been refused.
Thank you so much for your time. Well, Sam, there you have it from the officials from the education sector here in Mombasa. But generally, now the Ministry of Education is also embarking on a proposal to make sure that it's a 100% transition policy succeeds by making sure that if a student maybe doesn't have funds to be able to access the secondary school, then they can be able to approach some of the funds that are available, like the CDF funds. Those are the options that the Ministry of Education is also looking at in terms of making sure that this transition policy is implemented to the latter. And remember that the Coast region has been facing some serious challenge in terms of the implementation. Back to you, Sam.